Welcome back to that Heartbreak Hogs podcast. How we doing, Sid?
Doing amazing.
yeah,
The Chiefs are tied up 7-7. Oh wait, we're not talking about the Chiefs. We're talking about college football coming up this weekend.
yes, sir. Well, last week I had a take that LSU would run all over USC. I apologize to all the USC fans out there. I was wrong, and y'all looked pretty good. And congrats. I was
There's a
wrong.
lot more apologizing he's going to be doing because last week was not the best for our predictions. But
Yeah.
keep it going, Ross.
Miami, I apologize. I did not know that Florida was going to be so bad at home. I'm not giving you guys any credit for that. No, I'm just kidding. No, Miami looked good too. And Florida, you're in trouble. That's all I can say. You're in trouble. But Miami, you look good. It was still a solid win, even though Florida looks like cheeks. And then Sid beat me in the tiebreaker. He took Penn State. I took West Virginia last week. So Sid is up on me 1 week to 0.
I did only take that tiebreaker because I was like, we need a tiebreaker. I was also
Yeah,
going
I
to
know.
take West Virginia. So to be fair,
That's what's funny.
to be fair,
You
I also
negotiated and yours
apologize.
won. Or you
Exactly.
took the backup. And it
I took it
won.
out of pity, and I won. So maybe I
The
need to do
pity
that
pick.
more.
That's hilarious. So anyway, we're going to be back at it today. So we're going to start with, let me try to put this right here. Make sure I'm seeing everything here. So we're going to start with Texas at Michigan. And we've got Texas favored by 7.5. The over-under 42.5. Ooh-wee. Man. Let me say Michigan looked pretty bad last week. However, hear me out, everybody. Sometimes you just don't want to show your cards. And Michigan is playing a very big game. Their crowd is going to show up. The big house is going to be rocking. Texas fans, be ready for Michigan to come out hitting a lot harder than you think. I'm not saying you're going to lose, but do not think that you're just going to run over Michigan. In my opinion, I think Michigan will show up to this game. Texas could end up beating that spread, but I don't think that it's going to be that big fierce blowout that some of these Texas fans are already talking about, because Michigan is defense, and honestly, I like the under on this game. I think both teams are going to have a very hard time scoring early on, and we may even have like a single-digit first half. So that's kind of what I'm thinking on here. Let's hear what you got to say on this too, Sid, and then we'll kind of get to our predictions, our final predictions on this game one on Saturday.
Yeah, I like that take. I mean, listen, playing at Michigan, those fans get rowdy. They're going to be rowdy.
Yep.
And Texas definitely is not going to overlook Michigan after what they did last year. First games, like you said.
Well, they may after first week. After watching Michigan, Texas may overlook them, man.
No, you can't. I mean,
I'm just saying.
that's after the first game. That's like overlooking just a random first team like Arkansas UAPB.
Yeah.
So I don't think they'll overlook Michigan. The after last year's how their season went, and so Texas, I mean, is I think the better team this year, and I do think that they are able to show out, keep up, and be in that fight. I hope I get to see Arch Manning again. I mean, I mean, just seeing him out there is like is a little joy, even though not the biggest like Manning fan while he was playing, but like that whole family and being
Yeah,
in
I get
the
it.
being that kid
Yeah, growing up,
is
we grew
big
up with
pressure.
Manning and Brady, early
Right.
on
Yeah.
Brady.
Yeah. So
You
just
know.
seeing it being in their family and continuing that tradition is pretty cool. But
Yeah.
I mean, Michigan, that those fans are going to be rowdy, and
Hmm.
being at home against Texas at that, it's gonna be an interesting game. It's gonna be a fun game. I'm excited to watch, and I think Texas does come out on top, and Texas does beat them, but by a score, if not a little bit more.
Yeah.
Um, but I've been wrong. I've been wrong before.
Oh, here it comes. Oh,
So,
here it comes.
so whatever I'm picking, pick the opposite. No, I'm just kidding. But maybe. Let's see. We also forgot, Ross. We picked A&M, so we should be apologizing
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
to
yeah.
Notre Dame fans. I just
Notre
realized.
Dame.
There we
We are
go.
very sorry. You guys look like a solid football team. I'm not sure you're top 10, but you did look solid, and I would definitely put you. I'd put you either at the bubble of the playoff or in the playoff, kind of in the back end of it. But as of right now, that could change. It's just A&M did not look the part, and so still a solid win. But we got to see more from Notre Dame, in my opinion. But congrats on the win. That was a great win. No matter how A&M is, Kyle Field's a tough place to play at, and to come out there with a W, it means something. So congrats on the win.
That
And
comes back to Michigan, right? Ann Arbor, very tough
yeah,
to play at as well.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So,
and that's what I'm saying. I think Michigan comes out swinging more than some Longhorn fans will make you believe. So,
but because of that
yeah,
Kyle Field and how A&M
the
just
big
got
house.
kind of rolled over, so I think
Okay. We're talking about the A&M game.
I'm keeping with no, I'm keeping with Texas beating Michigan, even though the home fan advantage will be there, home crowd
Yeah,
advantage will be loud. I think I'm gonna stick with Texas.
yeah. I would, but I got to take the cheaters on this one. I think that Michigan's going to out cheat Texas, and they're going to come out of here with a W. No, I'm just joking, but um, I do think that Michigan will. Man, I don't like picking the away team, and especially like in week 2. However, Texas did come up to Bama and surprise them in week 2, so I got to take the home team. I just can't. I can't. I got to take the home team. If this was at Texas, I would definitely take Texas. No shade on Texas fans here. You might be surprised on some of the games that I will pick Texas. There's one in particular that I'm probably going to pick Texas in. It'll be a surprise to a lot of people. But, yeah, I think that Michigan wins this one, the home team, and I don't think they showed their true cards that in game 1. Their coach is actually pretty good too. He coached a lot of games last year, and I
Mm-hmm.
think he coached against Penn State and
Mm-hmm.
dominated them. And yeah, I got to take Michigan. So
What's the score you got?
I think it's going to be an ugly game, man. I just do. I think, again, if I were to bet on this game, I would take the under. And I guess Michigan points, obviously, because I'm picking them to win. But I'd say, like, man, 24-17. It may be even lower than that. It may be like 17-13. But I do think it gets to the 20, so I'm going to say 24-17. Or let's say 24-20. 24-20. I think that it's closer than that. I think Michigan barely wins this one. So
Yeah.
24-20. I just think Michigan comes out swinging harder, and the only way for Michigan to win this game is if their defense holds Texas back. So yeah, that's what I got. I don't see Michigan winning like 45
No.
35 or something like that. Like, I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game if
Right.
Michigan wins. If it's high scoring and the over gets beaten, it's because Texas does blow them out. But I don't think that that's going to happen.
That's fair. All right. I think this isn't a Michigan podcast, so let's go on to the next game.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. So we're going to take an Arkansas game this week. We did do a deep dive on that. Link to that will be in the description. And then also you can just check out the rest of our videos on our channel. Each week we deep dive Arkansas games. But we're going to add this one to this one too, or add the Arkansas game to this video as well, just because it is a big game. Oklahoma State is hosting Arkansas, and I'm going to take the Hogs on this one. I know we're Arkansas homers, so whatever. But definitely taking the Hogs on this one for me, just because I think that the Oklahoma State secondary has some weaknesses that I think Bobby Petrino is going to expose, especially after going 10 for 10. I know it's UAPB, but a lot of teams play FCS schools every year, and not many of them score 70 points or go 10 for 10. So that was the first time that a team in 20 years has gone 10 for 10, scoring a touchdown. That says a lot to me about what this offense is capable of. I don't think they're going to go 10 for 10 this game, but I do think that they rip apart that secondary. And the Hogs, I can't remember my exact score. I think that it was 38-24 was my score. So I'm taking the Hogs by 2 touchdowns in this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. As Ross said, we are homers, and for me to take Oklahoma State, which I am, is tough. But we go into watch our other video that we're going to post, and where I talk deeper into why, and the more reasoning behind why I'm taking Oklahoma State. I think Arkansas is a solid team, and they showed it after last weekend against UAPB. Yes, I just said that against UAPB, but they showed us something where I did not think that they had it, especially after last year. So it improved my hopes about this game more than it was before the season started. So I definitely hope Ross is right, and I definitely hope I'm wrong. But I think we do cover the spread in this game as an Arkansas fan. And as after what I saw last week from both teams, I think they are very capable of covering the spread of 7.5. So
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with my prediction of 28-31 and us losing by a field goal, unfortunately. But I think we are definitely a better team than last year, and I hope I'm proven wrong. And let's see how it goes.
Yep. All right. So the next game, and by the way, the over-under for that Arkansas game, Arkansas and Oklahoma State, is 62.5. So that's a pretty interesting one. My score makes the over hit. So, if you want to go win yourself some money off of my picks. Just kidding. Yeah, do not blame me for putting any money on anything that I suggested. So,
Except
okay.
last week on the Hogs, you would have won.
I know. Well, I did. Yeah. So, let's see here. Iowa State at Iowa. Okay. So, this one's kind of interesting because it's a rivalry. Iowa's favored by 7. They're the home team. The over-under is 35.5. Iowa's offense still looks not as good, not that great. This is a rivalry game. Anything can happen, but I'm going to take the home team in this one. I'm going to take Iowa. Iowa State can sometimes have some pretty good teams, and they'll come up there and they'll cause some damage. But I just don't think that that's going to happen this week. I'm going to take Iowa.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Hawkeye. This is definitely a rivalry game where anything can happen, and especially a home team like Iowa versus Iowa State, anything can happen. Where However, Iowa being ranked 21 and the Hawkeyes just having that home field advantage, I'm
Yeah.
taking them to cover the spread and pull it out. But
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
agree
would
with
not
you.
be
Covering the spread,
surprised.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
would not be surprised though for Iowa State to put up a fight, just because of that rivalry. But I think
Very
Iowa
low
just
scoring game in my opinion. I
yeah
think it's going to be a low scoring game.
yeah I can see that. I can see that as well.
Okay, so we got a little SEC matchup here. South Carolina at Kentucky. Kentucky is favored 8.5 points. The over under is 42. I'm going to keep this my interpretation of this, or my pick on this game, fairly short. Um, South Carolina struggled the first week, and I just don't think that they're going to be able to walk into Kentucky after looking the way that they did last week and have any type of a shot. So I'm going to take Kentucky, and I think Kentucky covers a spread of 8.5 points. I think they win by 10 in this one. Um, let's see, about 27-17. So
Yeah, this game is a toss up for me as well. Um, I have a gut feeling that South Carolina wins. However, my gut feelings are never
really,
right. So,
oh, did you say it's never right?
exactly, not how
Oh
it
my
usually
god.
goes, right? So,
Oh,
I got some problems, and we'll
I
see. We'll
got some
see.
problems.
So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take Kentucky as well, and I believe they're home team too, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Kentucky's the home team.
Kentucky's a home team, so um, I think that 27-17 score that you had wasn't a bad prediction, and I think they go a little bit less um, at 24 and
Okay.
24-14 and still win by that two scores, but um, I don't see South Carolina putting up more points than that.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with you. So our final one for this upcoming week is Tennessee at NC State. Man, NC State almost. I mean, they looked. This is another one of those, like, they started out really slow, and then the score wasn't a real indicator of the game, similar to Michigan. And Tennessee, though, is only favored. Oh, that's 10. I thought it was at 1. I thought it was 1.0 or something. I was like, no way.
Take
um,
that.
I think Tennessee favored by 10. That one's going to be pretty. Honestly, I think it's going to be worse than that. I think Tennessee is going to run these boys, as I said about LSU running USC, except this one's going to be right. I think Tennessee is going to run these boys, and I think that they could win by about 3 scores, maybe even more. They have a very high octane offense, and yeah, I don't think NC State stands a chance. I think this one could get ugly. This could be like 42-10, Tennessee.
Yeah, give me the Volunteers too. I think that I'm a little biased as well with the Volunteers. That was a school I thought about attending, and I know they are a decent program where I don't think NC State can keep up with that
Yeah,
field. I know NC State's got that. I think NC State's at home as well, but I think Tennessee and the Volunteers just outplay them, outmatch them.
yeah,
I was just looking at how NC State did last week, and yeah, not too great, and they cannot do that against the
they
Volunteers,
cannot do
and
that.
so I think the Volunteers will definitely steamroll them, and I think this could get ugly. I think this score will be pretty ugly, and it'll be a boring game to watch. And give me 37 to 10. 34 to 10. Let's go there. I'll give them a benefit of
Okay.
the doubt.
Okay. All right. Well, actually, let's do a little bonus here. Let's do Colorado and Nebraska, because I think everybody's gonna be watching that one. So when that comes on, everybody's gonna be watching, and we should at least talk about it here. Not to be a Colorado hater, but I'm not convinced they're that good of a football team, and that's open. I'm open to changing that view. But after what I saw last week, I just wasn't that impressed. And this will be a great opportunity for them to prove me wrong. So good luck. But I'm taking Nebraska. And I think Nebraska could win this thing by 2 scores as well. I think they can win this thing. I think they could win this thing 24 to 10. It may be a little higher scoring than that. So let's see. The over-under is 56. Oh, so they're expecting kind of a higher game.
I mean, it's Patty Mahomes' little cousin, remember?
Yeah, you're right. Let's do 38 to 24. Similar to what I had for Arkansas, Oklahoma State. Let's do 38 to 24. I think Nebraska takes, that they're going to control this game. So I'm not bought in on Colorado, and again, I'm open to change that if they start winning some games, but they haven't been, and I'm just not bought in on them. So I'm going to take Nebraska. So yeah, 38-24.
Yeah, I definitely, like I said, I'm a Chiefs fan. Good how to take Patty Mahomes' little cousin. I know he's not his actual cousin, but that resemblance is crazy. I'm taking Nebraska.
He actually just showed me that off air, right before we started recording this.
If you haven't seen it, go look it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's able to sling the ball really well, and he's able to put it in the pocket.
Yeah.
Great, and that's not to take away from this Colorado team. I know they are a little overrated, but and I think Nebraska is able to do pretty well against them. But Travis Hunter, he's a game changer, right? Like he can change a game.
He is legit.
Better than anyone.
Yeah. He's legit.
If it's in his hands, then it's anyone's game. But I just think that defense is not able to hold up Nebraska, and that's why they're just not going to be out on the field as much. And that's why I think Nebraska. I'm gonna go ahead and take. What would you say the over under was?
The over under was. Wait, where is? 56.5.
Okay, I think with that Colorado offense is still able to put up some points. They get to 24.
Yeah.
Let's say 27. They get to 27, but
hey, now I think they only get to 24.
All right. Maybe their kicker's not that good. They missed that field goal.
Missed that field goal.
but Nebraska, I got them in the 40s.
Okay.
Let's go that high. Yeah,
Ooh, all right.
That's
a Mahomes homer over there.
Exactly. I'm watching this game. I mean, it's a Chiefs Baltimore game, so gotta be rooting for this Nebraska kid. Let's see, it goes 40. Let's go even 40 to that 27.
Okay. All right. Well, did we disagree on any of these?
I think I got Texas. You got Michigan.
Oh, okay. So that'll be the tiebreaker, and then again, all the other ones we agreed on.
Yeah. So pick everything else that we picked.
Yeah. And we'll be back here next week. We'll be ready to apologize for any games that we got wrong, for any outrageous takes that we had made.
Roswell, I got nothing to apologize for.
I got nothing. Hey man, I owed USC an apology. I mean, I didn't give those boys a chance, a snowball's chance in hell. So, I had to apologize to them. But anyway, That's it for that Heartbreak Hogs podcast for our week 2 predictions. All right, well, let's get out of here. Heartbreak
All
Hogs
right.
podcast out.
See y'all.